Recording in progress.
Welcome everyone to our strength and conditioning class. This is Thursday, June 25th. So hopefully everyone's feeling well. Make sure you have some water nearby. I think it's going to be a little bit warm today, but not as warm as yesterday. I think yesterday was going to be the peak of the heat through this week. But if you're with me after at 10 a.m., we'll be stretching. So this session, strength and conditioning, we'll need dumbbells, a chair, yoga mat. If you have a plate, like a dumbbell plate or something, just like a heavy object that's more flat, we could use that for our good mornings. But let's go ahead and begin with our warm up. So just looking left to right over here. Starting our warm up. It's nice and cool so far this morning, but really depends where you live. I'm closer to Long Beach, so it's usually overcast, and then by the time I open the door at the end of this class, the sun is out completely. So up and down. Neck circles. Josefina, buenos días. Switch. Let's do snow angels. Single arm windmills. Just gonna get the shoulders a little bit more today. So we'll be lifting our shoulders. Reverse. Switch. Reverse. Let's do trunk rotations. So just gently left to right over here. Let's go ab circles. Hinge at the hips, come across, reach. All right, and then big hula hoops. Just exaggerate those hip circles. switch. Morning, Jan. Hi, Jen. Alright, let's do our right quad stretch. So a little bit of balance work. It's funny, the other day or last week when we were in Tahoe, my buddy who we got the same undergrad degree and our masters were similar, but we both started off with coaching, let's switch, but he headed more into like instead of teaching like I did, he headed more into the administrative side, just working like an office and some connecting recent graduates with either internships or careers. And so he was there on one of the live sessions that I was teaching last week. And he was just, after the class concluded, he was just like, "You're like the Bob Ross of personal training for your students." And I was like, "Wait, what?" He was like, "Yeah, it looks like you're having fun and you're enjoying it." I was like, "Yeah," I was like, I guess so. I was like, I got a ways to go, but let's do our hamstring stretch. But he just, he didn't know what I did. Since we were doing, the same degree and everything, we had the same career path. He was just thrown off with how different our careers are now. So again, just separate the hips from the heels, straighten out those knees. Ooh, lots of popping right there. Drop your hips as low as you can. Keep that torso upright. Good morning, Doris. Ooh. And then just shift your weight left to right from one leg to the next. Oh, so many pops. Sound like a microwave with 30 seconds to go. All right, so for the workout today, we're gonna go ahead. You guys have done these workouts with me. We'll do sets of 3 exercises, and I usually like it's either upper body or lower body, but I feel like sometimes our arms do get neglected if we don't pay attention to them. So we'll do upper body, arms, and legs. Okay, I think with our core stability class, we hit core pretty heavily most of the week. And then cardio wise, we usually hit our legs a little bit harder. So that's where we're focusing a little bit more on the upper body for these sets. So 2 upper body, meaning back, shoulders, or chest, arms, and then legs. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab our dumbbells, have some water nearby, and we'll probably do a couple sets towards the end that are going to be on the floor. So that's why we need our yoga mat. So go ahead and grab those items. Oh man, I don't like that I've become a coffee drinker so heavily over the last year. Not dependent on it, but I do like it. So we're gonna start off pretty light. Okay, so our first set, and we're gonna do 2 rounds of each set. Okay, so our first set is gonna be our lateral to front shoulder raise. Okay, and then our next movement after that, we'll go ahead. We don't want to trigger the shoulders too much because that's what we're working on right now. So we could actually do a good mornings with those. So we'll do shoulders and good mornings, standing good mornings or sitting. And then I know we've done plenty of squats already. So for the next one, what we're going to be doing, we're probably variations of lunges But I think we'll start off with RDLs, so dumbbells at our side, sliding those dumbbells down, working on our hamstrings. So I think our quads have gotten lots of work this week. So let's grab your dumbbells. And we're going to be doing 8 to 10 of each, okay? So remember, just shoulder height laterally and front. Okay, so that's 1. We're doing 10 of those. All right, so go ahead and begin. So just control it, especially if you have very light weights and you think you're a little bit stronger than the weights you have. So maybe you just want to control those weights really slow on the way down. Ooh, should have gone with the 5-pounders to start off, not the 10s. Very good. Alright, remember between these we're taking about 30 seconds rest. So we're going to do good mornings. You could do these sitting down or standing, so that's when we're holding the weight on our chest, slight bend at our knees, but we're hinging at the hips, keeping that back straight, coming down here and come back up. So you might actually feel that on your upper hamstrings, your lower back. Okay. If you have a pretty tender back, you might want to do the first set just the motion, okay? So without any resistance. All right, so we're 10 to 12. We're here and begin. 1. 2. 3. 10 to 12. 4. 5. Make sure you're breathing. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Gonna go for 12. 11. And 12. Awesome. Very good. One took about 80 seconds, so remember we have Romanian deadlifts next, or RDLs. Okay, so we can grab our dumbbells. We're gonna go slight bend at the knee. And then here, similar motion with your back. We don't want to arch, we want to keep that straight back. But now we're just keeping the dumbbells, keeping contact with your lower legs the entire way down and then back up. Okay, so 8 to 10 of these. Slowly down and up. We want those dumbbells right next to your legs. 2. Slight bend at the knees. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. and 10. All right, this is where we get our 1 minute rest. So that's our first round. We're gonna repeat a second round with the same movements right now. So just catch your breath, get some water. So for our next round, we're gonna go with underhand front raises. Not this next one, but what's coming up after this repeated round. Underhand front raises. We'll go with change the position. We'll probably go with the tricep extension, and then we'll go with the hinge movement at our hips. So a lateral Cossack squat. So you're here. Okay, so no resetting with your steps, you're just leaning back. That's gonna be after this round, but just so we're prepared. Okay, so we're back to lateral to front raises here. Ready? Remember 8 to 10 of these and begin. Ooh, shoulders are tired. Very good. I'm gonna go a little heavier for the good morning, so I'm gonna just change my weight a little bit. Just gonna look for a plate real quick. All right. So remember, let's go ahead, put that on our chest, hinging at the hip, and begin. So slight bend at the knees, back straight. And we're doing 10. Oof. All right. Haven't used that weight in a long time. All right. Pretty good. Catch your breath. 30 seconds. All right, here we go. RDLs. Go ahead and grab your weights and begin. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Very good. Whew. All right, and before I forget, I believe next week we may just meet Monday through Wednesday, due to 4th of July holiday. So I know it lands on a Saturday, but technically campus is closed Friday, so that's already a day off, and then they roll the holiday over to Thursday. So yeah, next week could be a short week, so I'll confirm. All right, so as mentioned earlier, we're gonna go for this next one, underhand front raises right here. Then if you have your chair nearby, we'll do our tricep kickbacks, supporting yourself with the counter, and then we're gonna do the Cossack squat, so goblet style, just kind of leaning, resetting here, and then leaning. Those are gonna be our 3 movements. Still have about 30 seconds to go. Yeah, and then after next weekend, I don't think there's any more holidays or interruptions. Whew. Yeah, our last day would be August 1st, I think. All right, here we go. Underhand front raises. Remember, palms are facing the camera or the screen, and then bring up here, and then back. So at that top position, try to squeeze lightly, and then reset. 3, 4, 5. Your feet could be positioned however is comfortable for you. We just want to be working out that chest and arms. Whew. Very good. Right, so as mentioned before, you have a couple options here. Bent over tricep kickbacks. You could do dips for your triceps, or you could even do an overhead tricep extension. Okay, so I think I'm actually gonna opt for the tricep extension overhead. But if you wanna do single, you could do those too. Okay. All right, if you're doing the one I'm about to do, just be mindful of where your dumbbell is. You don't wanna rest that towards the top part of your neck. So we're here, and then just elbows as close as they could be, and then extend. So all the way up, and slowly control it down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then go for 12, 10, 11, and 12. Very good. Cossack squat is next. So it's gonna be with your dumbbell or your weight on your chest, goblet style, wide stance, and then shifting left to right, okay? Whew. Winded. All right, so we're here. Sit yourself up, and then we're gonna do 8 on each side. So lean, torso's nice and upright. Yep. And just try to control it. We don't want to do too much of a fast movement. Just slowly up, slowly down. At 4 on each leg. Halfway there. Alright. Get your 1 minute rest and we'll restart again. Alright, underhand front raises. Have those dumbbells and begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Tricep extensions next, overhead. On the seat, we'll start in 15. All right, grab your weights. And begin. 1, 3, 4. Oof. Then get this chair out of the way. We have our Cossack squats, and then after that we'll be on the floor for the remainder of the workout. Okay, grab your dumbbell, wide stance, 8 on each side. Come on. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, and 8. All right. Very good. All right, so like I mentioned, our last set will be on the floor. So we'll take advantage that we are on the floor, so we'll go ahead and do push-ups. Okay, we'll do push-ups, Then we'll do bicep curls to Arnold press. So we'll be doing these kneeling, bicep curls, rotate press, Arnold press. And then for our legs, we did lateral, we did hamstrings. We'll work on our glutes. So we'll go ahead and do, did we do glute bridges? No, we'll do glute bridges. So, okay. All right, maybe we can do some clamshells too while we're at it. So push-ups, we're gonna do 10 to 12. All right, get in position. You can do traditional push-ups or knee-assisted push-ups. Ready, and begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, got a side stitch. I'm good with 10 after that side stitch. That was weird. Okay. Catch your breath. Since we're doing this one's gonna be 4 movements. We're doing push-ups. We'll do donkey kicks. Then we'll do curls to Arnold press, and then we'll do clamshells. Okay. So donkey kicks, we're gonna do 10 on each leg. Get in the quadruped position here, looking down. Then foot towards the ceiling. Okay. So 10 of those. Ready, and begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch. All right, left side, and begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. Okay. And then the next movement is going to be our bicep curls into a shoulder press, Arnold press, okay? That was weird. It felt like a little pinch right between my ribs. All right, here we go. 10 of these bicep Arnold press. So curl, rotate, press, come back down. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Very good. Oof. Our 4th movement is clamshells. This one's not too taxing. We're just on our side. All right, our knees are tucked in, but the knees are stacked. And we're just gonna keep our feet together and separate the knees as far as you can from each other and then collapse them. All right, ready, and begin. We're doing 8 on each side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, once you've done 8, you could switch sides. You could switch or flip over as long as we're working out the other side. Tuck in the knees. Once you're ready, begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, so rest up about 30-40 seconds. We're gonna do that round a second time, and then we are good. Ella, good morning. Ella's showing up for the last set.
Hello.
Hi, Ella.
I did the video earlier. I was just checking in to say hello.
Hi. We'll be meeting again at 10 if you could join us. But yeah, it's nice seeing your name again.
I already did the stretching too.
Cool. All right, you're on top of it. You started at like 4 in the morning, huh? 4 or 5?
My 7 a.m. class was canceled, so I started then. So I'll see you tomorrow.
Sounds good. All right, take care. All right, here we go. Last set. Push-ups, 10 to 12. And begin. 1, hopefully no side stitch on this one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Alright, get off my hands. Oof. Alright, donkey kicks. So remember, quadruped position, wrists right below your shoulders, knees right below your hips. Ready, and begin. 1, doing 10 on each side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, we're gonna switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That's those arms. Alright. So we have our bicep curls into shoulder press. Ready? And begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, just clamshells on our side. And it's our last movement of this workout. So tuck in those knees. Okay, and then let's begin. So separate. 1, 8 of these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We'll switch. Tuck in those knees and begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There we go. All right, folks. Oh, good job. If you are joining me in the next 15 minutes, we'll have our long cool down where we're going to start off from the floor. So remind me, in case you see me starting from the chair, we're going to start from the floor, and then we'll transition on the second half of the class on our chair and standing. But good job, good workout. And if you're leaving, then maybe I'll see you tomorrow, if not next week. But just remember, next week, it could be a short week, Monday through Wednesday. That's what we're looking at for next week. All right, folks. I'll see you soon. Bye. Good job, Debbie. Thanks to everyone else who went live. Thank you.